Today we're at Hotel de la Coupole here in Sapa, Vietnam.
We spent 4 nights at this amazing hotel and we can't wait to tell you everything you need to know before you book. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Max.
I'm Maren.
We're Voyager Guru. We post videos with travel tips, hotel reviews, and videos from some of our favorite destinations around the world. So if you don't already, consider subscribing. And of course, if you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. It really helps our videos get more exposure and produce more videos just like this. All right, so let's jump right into our review. Our first category is location.
Location we rate 4.5 stars. We are in a beautiful mountain town called Sapa, and it is absolutely spectacular. This hotel is located in the middle of the town, which is a starting point for all of the tours, shopping, restaurants, and everything else in the area. And this hotel is owned by the same company that owns one of the biggest tourist attractions here called Sapa, and it's located in the same building as the hotel, making it extremely convenient.
Chances are, if you're watching this video, you're already familiar with the town of Sapa. It's in northern Vietnam, and it's particularly famous for the Hmong people. They're descendants of Mongolians and have migrated to this area where they've built terraced rice fields and have a beautiful, colorful culture with tons of fabrics and all kinds of crafts that are really some of the most remarkable that we've seen in all of Vietnam. Now, the hotel's location here in the center of Sapa town is actually quite remarkable from the ability to get everywhere. There's all kinds of dining, there's all kinds of shops directly around the hotel. There is one downside, however, because you are in the center of town, it is quite noisy. And although the rooms are soundproofed, and there are quite a few reviews that say that they're not, but trust me, from having stayed in hotels all around the world, these rooms are exceptionally soundproofed, but you really can't soundproof against some of the noise that comes through this town, including traffic noise, but more importantly, there's a lot of karaoke noise that happens as you go into the weekend. If you are going to be here on a Friday, Saturday, or even Sunday night, we have noticed that there is an exceptional amount of very loud speaker noise. There's really nothing you can do about that, but that's really the only downside to the location. Other than that, it is just the perfect place that you could be in the town of Sapa.
And if you're considering trekking or doing some of the other outdoor activities, this is a great place to start from because all of the trails and the paths lead directly out of town from here.
If you want to learn more about Sapa and the location, everything there is to do here, we do have a great discussion video where we cover our experience here in Sapa and a lot of things that you're going to need to know before you book your trip. Our second category is lobby and check-in.
Lobby and check-in we rate 4 stars. Let me start by saying the lobby is absolutely spectacular. And as Max mentioned, this region is known for its beautiful fabrics and colors, and the lobby encompasses so much of that style while bringing in a lot of the French style that this hotel was built for.
It's the type of hotel when you pull up, you go, wow, we booked here? It's truly stunning. It's amazing. And in fact, the group that we pulled up with actually ended up leaving their hotel to book at our hotel because we were in the same shared van. So it really is stunning when you walk in. They did offer us hot chocolate at check-in, which was a great, cute little welcome drink. Sapa is associated with being a mountain town that is quite cold, and so that nice warm beverage was a great way to kick it off.
We also got some warm towels where you traditionally get cold towels on check-in at hotel. It was a very nice touch on a really, really chilly morning. That being said, we did check in at about 8 a.m. because we did arrive from the overnight train and our room wasn't ready. So we did receive that wonderful welcome drink, and we did decide to go up to Sapa, which is located just outside the hotel, which was an awesome experience. However, we didn't receive a lot of information on check-in about the hotel or the facilities or the amenities that the hotel does have. So we did feel it was lacking in that way because the hotel is so large and so complex. I would have expected a little bit more information about what we can do on property.
As Maren said, although the lobby was beautiful, one thing that was missing was a lot of the service and explanation piece of lobby and check-in, and we think that that's something that they could certainly improve in the future. We were a little surprised. We did book a suite at this hotel, but we weren't given any type of room tour or property tour in general. And honestly, if you come to this property, you'll see how amazing it is. And I think they really could benefit from telling you a little bit more about the property and the rooms, which brings us to our third category, rooms.
Rooms we rate 4.5 stars. Whether you booked a classic room or some of the suites here on property, they all have a very cool, similar style. While a lot of the rooms do look the same across all the classic style, all the deluxe style rooms, they do feel very cool and unique altogether. Our room is the deluxe suite. We're in room 820, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's a 1-bedroom with a living room and a half bath, as well as a full bathroom, which feels very spacious and nice. One of the great things about this room is the balcony. The balcony does have a seating area, a couple of benches, and some little tabletop stool things, which was really, really cute. It is worth noting that standard rooms do not have any outdoor furniture, but the suites do have outdoor furniture. The living room is absolutely beautiful. There's a large, comfortable, oversized sofa that really fits the theme of the room with the same decor, beautiful red tones. There's a TV in both the living room and in the bedroom. There's also a wet bar area with a separate sink, an espresso machine, a chargeable mini bar, but the room does come with free water, free tea, and free coffee. The bedroom is my favorite part of the suite. The bed is absolutely beautiful. It almost feels like you're a king or queen living in a castle with the headboard. It's absolutely spectacular. The lamps are these kind of mannequin looking things with upside down lampshades with the Sapa Hill tribe colors. Absolutely stunning. The bathroom has a freestanding tub, shower room, toilet room, double vanity, and a walk-in closet.
Although we do love these rooms, there are a couple things that they could improve. Master switches for the lighting would be a great thing to see. And although the decor is incredible and amazing, there were some slightly odd blank spaces throughout the room. It kind of feels like there may have been artwork there, but because it is also unique, it might be hard to replace. So if something was maybe broken or stolen, I think the hotel might have a more difficult time replacing those pieces. And because of that, the room did feel slightly sparse in the decor in some strange areas. So we are a little bit curious to see, despite how great the style is and how great the rooms are, over time, can they maintain the rooms as nicely as they are currently or have been in the past, given that some of these pieces are so unique? And if they do break or need replacement, can they actually maintain the rooms to the same standard?
And if you're looking to book, whether it's a classic room, deluxe room, or some of the lower tiered room types, it's worth considering that some of the rooms do face the inner courtyard. While this is a more quiet room technically based on the noise from outside of the hotel, it is also not private at all. It does face hallways where all of the guests on the other side of the hotel are accessing their rooms, where housekeeping and other staff walk by. So it's really important to know that if you do book a classic or deluxe room, you might end up facing the courtyard. If that does happen, we do recommend letting the staff know. If they can move you, they will to the outside, unless you prefer the noise over the privacy, but it is just something to keep in mind.
I will say the noise does seem to be isolated to the weekends.
Yeah.
We haven't had as much issue with it, but one thing that we do travel with everywhere we go is a sound machine. Whether you're in this hotel or any other one, it is something that can be incredibly helpful to your sleep on vacation. We have linked one in the description below, the one that we use, something to check out. Our fourth category is service.
Service we rate 3 stars. Service at best was inconsistent. It's so disappointing to see such a beautiful hotel with such a negative service experience overall.
I think really one of the issues here that's missing is both training and communication. I think across the board, one of the things we've experienced is inconsistencies, particularly around housekeeping. The way that the bed gets made, the room gets clean, the amount of water bottles that they put in the room, the way they fold the towels. There's all kinds of different things all across the property that you see that are one way with one set of housekeepers versus another way with other set of housekeepers. Same way with dining staff. They do it one way, they do it another way. And of course, there's communication amongst all of this. I think in general, we actually probably would have rated service lower, but we are taking into account that because we are in Vietnam, English is limited, and it's obviously not our place to have everybody speak our language. So there were certain things that we're going to chalk up to just being miscommunications over language, but it still does feel like in order to get this to a 5-star level of service, there needs to be more involvement from management in really checking in that things have been done correctly. Of all the areas in service that really fall short, I would say housekeeping was number 1. They really didn't quite clean the rooms to the standards that you would expect in a 5-star resort, including just general cleanliness, but also some of the amenities and the way that they line things up. There was just some missing pieces there.
We did find if you caught staff in a non-busy time, for example, really early in the morning or somewhere in the midday range, they were much more attentive and much friendlier. If you caught front desk staff or some of the other staff in busy times, they could be downright rude.
That being said, there are some real standout employees here on property. We had some great engagements, particularly with the dining staff. I think the operation of the dining staff in general is probably one of the best here on property. I think the front desk definitely needs some work. And as we said, housekeeping is certainly one of the areas that they need the most improvement.
As we always say with poor service experiences, make sure you explain to the front desk and ask for a manager if you do face service-related issues. It's super important because they might be able to make changes. Even if they don't make any changes to what went wrong, at least you know that you tried.
Some of the best staff that we did interact with here on property was the dining staff, which brings us to our 5th category, dining.
Dining we rate 4 stars. We had multiple meals at the hotel, including room service. If you can't tell, I did get a little bit sick, so I spent a lot of time ordering room service while we were here. But overall, the dining was really, really good. We started our stay off with a breakfast in the restaurant, and it is a beautiful buffet breakfast where they have Western dishes on one side of the room with eggs, pancakes, waffles, and all of the traditional dishes. And on the other side of the dining room, there's the Eastern dishes or the Asian dishes with pho, beautiful dumplings, and all of the dishes one would expect from an Eastern style breakfast.
They also have a number of beautiful pastries as well as fresh fruits. There's a real breadth of selection across the breakfast buffet. And of course, the dining hall is absolutely spectacular. The decor, the ceiling, the way everything is put together, it really is one of those things to marvel at when you walk in.
They do serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the same restaurant, and they don't really change out any of the tableware or the napkins or anything like that. So we do wish that they added a little bit of flavor to the dinner time. One thing to note is their restaurant menu is also the same as their room service menu, so we can speak pretty highly to their restaurant offerings. The food and room service was absolutely delicious and really, really high quality, and it came super hot.
I will say one other drawback of their dining experience is the price. The price is fairly in line with US or European prices. However, if you compare it to the general prices in Vietnam, it's exorbitantly expensive. And there are so many good restaurants here in Sapa, and not just good from the standpoint of the quality of the food, but actually high-end elevated servings of food. And we were really impressed by some of the restaurants that we went to and the experience that we had. And to be honest, those fell in the price range of sometimes being almost a third or even a fifth of the price, sometimes a tenth of the price of what the hotel was serving similar food at. So I think there's kind of a challenge there. Everything is marked up to an exorbitant amount. And I think although it is a very nice hotel and people are paying a premium, I do think that there's a certain degree of overestimation there. And you can honestly tell by how empty you see the restaurants and the bars in the evening.
Bar is about the same size as the restaurant, but is on the directly other side of the 10th floor. It is absolutely beautiful, very similar style to the dining area. However, there was nobody there. The prices are very high and the cocktails are absolutely fantastic, but the prices are really, really high.
But the service in that bar was very poor. We did order a drink and then nobody ever came back for almost a half hour. And we also only received half of what we ordered. So there are some challenges, again, that amount to service. I think there's a lot of things that they could improve here at this property, but the hard product is amazing. I do think there's an enormous potential for this hotel to have 5-star dining. Our sixth category is facilities.
Facilities, we rate 5 stars. This hotel is absolutely spectacular and has everything you need for almost a resort vacation. There is a huge indoor pool area with beautiful lounge chairs, and they do offer pool service as well. It's connected to a stunning gym, as well as the beautiful, beautiful spa that we'll be checking out in just a little bit here. But the facilities are absolutely incredible.
And of course, there's facilities outside of the norm. They have the beautiful pool and the beautiful gym, but they also have that tram that leaves directly from here that takes you to one of the top destinations to see in Sapa, the Fansipan Mountain. And you can get your ticket directly at the front desk and walk through the hotel to the tram. It's an extremely convenient experience. Although we are rating facilities 5 stars, we kind of attributed this to dining, but they are missing venues. It would be nice to have at least one other dining venue, perhaps a small dining experience, or at least modify that large dining hall that they have for certain meals. That's really the only piece that I would say is missing. Our 7th and final category is style.
Style, we rate 5 stars. The style here is on point. Not only have they included the area that we're in of Sapa with the beautiful reds and the beautiful colors of the Sapa hill tribes, but they've also managed to make it a very French and Parisian experience, not just architecturally, but the design as well. The designer, Bill Bensley, did a fantastic job picking out antiques and beautiful things, like bringing in the storefronts from Paris from the 1900s. It's just an absolutely spectacular experience that's really thorough throughout every aspect of the hotel.
Speaking completely candidly, I kind of expected it to be a little bit kitschy and a little bit Disney World-like, but honestly, it is the exact opposite. It's really awe-inspiring when you walk into the lobby, when you walk into the elevators. Every space is done with so much attention to detail. So much thought has gone into every corner of this hotel. And what I really love is how thorough that is. It's not like they just did the rooms, but then forgot the hallways or forgot the little corners of the bathrooms. Every little area that you walk into has its own unique style and ambiance and has unique pieces that have been sourced from all over the world. They have this amazing mix of Art Deco design with Indochine, French-inspired design, and it really just comes across as honestly one of, I think, the coolest hotels we've ever stayed at in terms of design.
Yeah, the style is honestly unbeatable. I did expect the same kind of cliche vibe, and given some of the theme parks that the company that owns this hotel has, it could have gone the other way, but they did a fantastic job with this property, and you really can't fault it.
My one concern for the style is because it is so unique and has so many incredible pieces. I do hope over the years they're able to maintain that level. I have noticed already a lot of water spots on things, stains, and I am a little concerned that with the level of service that they're offering right now, that they might not be able to maintain the style just purely because of maintenance and cleanliness across the property. So I'm really looking forward to coming back in a few years and seeing whether or not they're able to prove me wrong.
So overall, we rate this property 4.3 stars. We have had an amazing 4-night stay here. This is honestly the only hotel I would say book immediately if you are coming to this area. From just the design alone, it is absolutely spectacular. Given that you do leave the hotel for so many activities, you can kind of set aside the service as long as you know what you're getting into when you book the property.
I do think it's an exceptional experience, and I do think it's worth booking. It is quite expensive for the area, but in terms of European and American prices, it's not that expensive. I think the only caveat is if you are going to be spending a lot of time out of the hotel, and if you do want quiet night sleeps and want that guaranteed, there are a number of other hotels in the area that we could recommend. We have created a list of some of our top choices in the Sapa area, which we've posted on our blog. So if you haven't checked that out already, be sure to go to voyagerguru.com, where we do have full destination guides to every location, as well as written versions of all our hotel reviews and many more travel tips.
And if you follow us on Instagram, you will have already seen our entire story play out on our highlight or our feed. So if you don't already, be sure to follow us at Voyager Guru.
Lastly, if you liked this video and you found the content useful, be sure to give us a thumbs up. It really helps our videos get more exposure and produce more videos just like this.
And as always, I'm Marin.
And I'm Max.
And we're Voyager Guru. See you out there.